Welcome to the Johnny Pinball Show. I am your host GLaDOS. Don't worry, Johnny is okay. In fact, he is eating cake right now. Yum yum. While we wait for Johnny, here is a message from our sponsor, Aperture Science. You can donate one or all of your vital organs to the Aperture Science Self-Esteem Fund for Girls.
Hello? Can anybody hear me? I'm in this strange place. It's like I'm in a maze, a lab experiment. There's writing on the walls here. The cake is a lie. The cake is a lie. There's cameras everywhere. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here fast.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture Science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line. When we're out of beta, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive.
Welcome to the Johnny Pinball Show. I am your host, Johnny Pinball. Multimorphic brings out Portal Pinball. Am I the only one thinking it? They've been on fire with their theme selection their past 5 releases. The company really turned a corner when they released Heist in 2020. They followed that up with Weird Al in 22, Final Resistance in 23, The Princess Bride in 24, and now Portal in 25. Let's think back to 2007 when the first Portal game came out. You probably played it on the orange box, maybe on Xbox 360 or on PC on Steam. It was what everyone was talking about at the time if you were into PC gaming. It was a short and sweet game, took about 2-3 hours to complete from start to finish, and you were introduced to this really sassy AI robot named GLaDOS. The further you progressed into the game, the more you realized that maybe GLaDOS isn't on your side, and by the end of Portal 1, she tries to kill you. Fast forward a few years later, they released Portal 2 in 2011, and it really amped up the gameplay. I would say the game is about 4 times as long. They increased the humor, and you're guided along by a new character named Wheatley, who is one of a rogue personality cores. That brings us to Portal Pinball. If you watch the trailer with the audio on, you'll see right away we have a Wheatley-like character named Reggie in this game, voiced by Mark Silk. It's interesting they went this route because he sounds very similar to Wheatley, yet they've invented a new character named Reggie. Reggie looks to fulfill the same role as Wheatley in the game. He's your comic relief, a little dumb AI companion. Let's look at the game next. Wow, what a layout. You can only do so much with the Multimorphic P3 system here, and that's always been its Achilles heel, is the gameplay is just the back third of a game. Every P3 game has that wall of scoops. It just feels samey to me. But this time, the designers of Portal Pinball decided to create 2 modules for this game. One that is the back third and one that extends over the LCD screen. I think critics of the P3 system will come around on this game if they ever were going to come around. For once in the history of Multimorphic, you have a game that you can interact with on the bottom 2/3. If you're a fan of Portal, and I know you are, we all are, this game appears to have everything a Portal fan could want. The companion cube makes a big appearance in the game. The faithplate launcher is in the game. Portals are in the game. There's turrets, there's momentum, but is there Cave Johnson? I don't think so. J.K. Simmons is not on the credits for this game. Let's go over the design team of the Portal game. We have Steven Silver, Michael Ocean, Ian Harrower, with art being done by Brad Albright. Music by Scott Denisi. I knew it sounded familiar. From the press release by Multimorphic, they say the Portal Playfield module has more features than any other module they've made before. It includes 2 aerial ball features, an upper left mini playfield with moving companion cube, a loop plus 2 stand-up targets, 2 playfield lift ramps with portals underneath, a full left-right orbit lane, plus a center orbit shot, a turret control scoop, a captive ball, right side dual purpose sculpt featuring personality core, that does look really cool, an animated iris on the side of the turret, plus 3 more stand-up targets on the main playfield. That's a lot of features packed into that small upper third playfield, but let's be honest folks, if you're going to buy Portal, you're not going to buy the base version. You're going to buy the extended version that adds an additional ramp, adds additional flipper, adds additional return. Pricing for the Portal module comes in at $3,900 for the standard and $5,500 for the extended version. Seems like yesterday when you could get a lightly used Stern Pro for $5,500. Oh wait, you still can. Venoms, Mandalorians, Led Zeppelins. The value just doesn't seem to be there. The value's there at $3,900, but is it really $1,600 more for a couple extra pieces in your game? If you've been around in the hobby for a little bit, it's not that long ago you remember Jerry, the owner of Multimorphic, going on podcasts saying, hey, you know, once you get past the price of entry of the game, each module costs around $3,000. Well, that's been creeping up, but I mean, inflation is real. Let's take a look at what it would cost to own 5 P3 games if you started with Heist back in 2020. All right, looks like they were running a special in 2020. If you bought Heist module and the P3 system, it would have set you back $10,000. Throw on $3,000 for Weird Al, $3,400 for Final Resistance, $3,750 for Princess Bride, and now $5,500 for the complete Portal game. You're looking at a grand total of $25,650 plus tax and shipping. That's a little more than $5,100 per game. Not bad for new in box, but not that great either, because when you have a P3 game, besides Portal where it has this extended, they all kind of have the same feeling because you all shoot the back third of the game. So unless you really are in love with all these themes and you're really out of space, $5,100 a title, I don't think he ever realized his value proposition that he was hoping for. We don't know how many people are in the Multimorphic ecosystem, but we can do a little digging. Weird Al no longer has the LE available for purchase, and that was 227 games. I think if you just threw a dart on the wall, you wouldn't be too far off saying 1,000 owners of the P3 system might be out there, which is not a bad install base for such a niche system such as this. But let's get back to Portal. Let's go over the highlights and what I really like about the features shown in this trailer. I really like the Wheatley/Reggie character on the playfield. He's on the upper right. He's the little eyeball. He's the voice of the game because I don't think this game has any other custom callouts. Listening to the trailer, you can hear Gladys speaking, but I don't think they're custom for Pinball. I think they're lifted straight from the video game. Moving on to the physical ball lock with the companion cube, that's a really cool nod to the first game where it made reference that some people can hear the companion cube talk to them, but our character in the video game did not hear that. So they briefly show the mystery award and they have cake on there. It'll be interesting to see if you can actually get the cake in the pinball machine. In the video game, of course, you could not get the cake. The cake is a lie. A fun surprise if you buy the complete extended version of the game. The left ball return has a little pop-out flipper that flips the ball across the playfield. All 3 ramps physically lift up where balls can go into portals, using air quotes there, go into scoops. The ball then exits the portal through the backside of the playfield. And it's not just a vertical up kick. The ball launches Houdini style into a target where it then rolls onto the habit trail for a return. Now let's get to the look of the game. It looks like Portal, maybe a little color pencil-ish, I've heard people say. The art style is not 100% what the video game looked like, but would you want that? Because we complain when stuff isn't hand-drawn, and obviously in the video game it wouldn't be hand-drawn. Do I hate it? Do I love it? I'm great. I'm fine with the art. Great, fine, okay. Don't love it as much as I love some art packages, but I don't dislike it either. I think it works. It doesn't distract from the game at all. I'm kind of surprised they didn't use Johnny Crap again, because I kind of get a little Final Resistance vibes. Scott Denisi worked on that game as well. Moving on to callouts and sound, I think the background music sounds like Portal, so a good job there. The callouts are exactly written in the style of Portal, and some are even lifted straight from the game. The quotes, it's just a little different sounding than the actual Wheatley character, and I understand they probably couldn't afford or get the guy to do it. So Mark Silk does an acceptable job here, and like I said earlier, I think the Gladys callouts are just lifted from the game and not custom to Pinball. But hey, I could be proven wrong. This is just a 2-minute trailer. I'm a little disappointed we don't hear any Cave Johnson quotes in the trailer. Maybe they'll be in the game later, but something tells me I don't think he's going to make an appearance. All in all, a great package designed for the target audience of a millennial like myself. Am I going to buy it? Of course not. Johnny doesn't have any spare money to be buying pinball machines right now. And if I did, I wouldn't buy it anyway, because life is short. And do you really want to spend the majority of your spare money on a single pinball machine? Now, it's a little harder to say I could just play this one on location, because let's be honest, P3s aren't really location games. But if this game looks great for you and you're looking to jump into the Multimorphic P3 platform, the complete Portal game will set you back $12,500. Like I said in my Avatar video, that's a lot of cheddar. I look forward to hearing all the content creators' reaction to this game. Plus, as you know, I read all the comments, so you guys put your thoughts and reactions to this game in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who has subscribed already, as we have reached 1,000 subscribers here on the Johnny Pinball Show. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Later.
Well, here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. Remember when you tried to kill me twice? Oh, how we laughed and laughed. Except I wasn't laughing. Under the circumstances, I've been shockingly nice. You want your freedom, take it. That's what I'm counting on. I used to want you dead, but now I only want you gone. She was a lot like you, maybe not quite as heavy. Now little Carolyn is in you too. One day they woke me up so I could live forever. It's such a shame the same will never happen to you. You got your shorts and I flash. That's what I'm counting on. I'll let you get right to it. Now I only want you gone. Goodbye, my only friend. Oh, did you think I meant you? That would be funny if it weren't so sad. Well, you have been replaced. I don't need anyone now. When I delete you,